My name is Monkey D. Luffy. I'm here to show what I do. I'm aiming for King of Pirates. It's time to switch and get two. Conqueror's hockey. Who can stop me? Just one look and it's through. After the gum fruit, I'm just all over the news. Some say I'm missing the screws. Sometimes I think that it's true. If it wasn't for my squad, I might be dead in East Blue. But don't think I'm straight dependent, cause my grinding is true. Where they put me through hell and back just so my dreams would come true. Zoro, Nami, and Usopp. Yeah, you know we a squad. Sanji, Chopper, and Robin. I won't put y'all aside. Frankie, Brook, and Jinbei. Yeah, y'all really my guys. Straw Hat Crew. Yeah, we solid. Yeah, we fight for our kind. Dang. I really need to bring it up. I miss my brother Ace, we used to live it up. And just for me and him, I'ma make it just for us. And Blackbeard, just wait cause you gon' see what's up.
So, yeah, second video today. Sorry I didn't post 3 times. Yeah, but my schedule is pretty much try to post twice a day, but yeah. And, hold up, let me turn this down. Okay, so yeah, where we left off was Izuku explaining what happened, right? And pretty much the 10 months began, and that was like the 5 months after he just pretty much got back. And yeah. And they said, okay, so we'll keep contact with you and your friend, okay? And he said, okay, and yeah, they left. And let's say about a month later. No. So it was 5 months. Let's do another 5 month skip, so to 10 months now. And yeah. And the ship, I already know it's gonna be, so yeah. Oh, and you guys really do like this support, so yeah. Random, let's see what you guys say. I know what some of your favorite Transformers are, because I had them in the comments, but what is your favorite Transformer? Mine would go like this for top 3. Go Bumblebee, Optimus, and honestly it would go to probably Sideswipe. Yeah, Sideswipe's sick and dirty. Sadly, we don't get to see him after that one of the movies, but yeah. So yeah. Let's keep going. And yeah, hopefully I don't get striked by this. This is by, if you hear this right now, it's from the movie The Last Night, Transformers The Last Night. The fight where Bumblebee and Optimus are about to go brawling. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Let's say it's the week before the entrance exam. Right, and Izuku has to go into a meeting with someone. Or into a meeting with some people about Bumblebee and them. And yeah, and his mom hasn't came back yet. So he's kind of cautious about it. And yeah. And let's say let's say when he was like in the car driving, or Bumblebee was driving, he got a call, and the call was that his mom died. So yeah. And yeah. And let's continue. And Izuku's sad, he's crying, right? And B says, it's okay. I am here for you, right? And he says, thanks, B. And yeah. Dude, I honestly cried when I saw Bumblebee fighting Optimus. Like if you think of ironic duos, I could go Goku, Vegeta. But if you say, like, from movies, instantly it's going to be Optimus and Bumblebee, you know? Or Captain America. Like, Cap and Iron Man. But, yeah. Sorry. I keep rambling off about stuff. And, yeah. God. Ads. Okay. And let's say he stops crying and he's finally there. So he walks in and there's people sitting down, of course. Right. And it's Zawa, Midnight, Mount Lady, let's say Vladkeen, and All Might, and Nezu, and let's say, let's see. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, Izuku doesn't freak out because of All Might's there, and yeah. And Izuku sits down, and they said, so, since you told us, we told them. He said, oh, okay. And they begin their talk. And All Might says, so, you, right? And Izuku says, yeah. So, you're, robots. What is it, pretty much? He says, it's an Autobot. Thank you very much. And he's like, yeah, your alien friend. And he says, please just call him the Autobot. Or Bumblebee, whatever one. I don't like you. I don't like people messing around with what they call him. So, yeah. Says, okay. Your Autobot friend, right? What the hell is it? Right? And he says, I told you. Or they told you. It's an alien. Right? And he said, but can it hurt anyone? Right? And he says, if he chooses to, but he's a good Autobot. And then he says, okay. And then that's when Nezu says, well, I could tell he did protect the other heroes, but the Decepticons, if I'm right? And he said, yeah, those. We killed one. And they said, killed. We should have just kept him. And he says, they could scan anything on our Earth. They could become drills, right? And that's when Izuku gave them a talk about they can't just keep these things alive. They must kill them no matter what. And yeah. And he's like, I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep for tomorrow. And they said, why tomorrow? He says, well, for UA. And they said, oh, you're going to... And that's when Nezu says, you're going to my school, I see. And yeah. He said, yeah. What the hell? Oh. And yeah. Give me a second. Okay, and yeah. And they said, well, get some sleep then. And yeah. And Izuku left, and yeah, pretty much the next day, right? Izuku gets ready, and he's going to use Bumblebee in this, so he's going to be hell overpowered in this. So yeah. And let's say, let's say, oh shh. Okay, sorry. Let's go into this image. Yeah, and let's say that Bumble, he said they got there and everyone saw his car, pretty much, right? And just so you know, the course will be right beside the parking lot and stuff, so yeah, it's easier. So yeah. And Izuku starts walking in, and it's kind of cold, so he has a jacket and stuff on. And yeah. And yeah, pretty much. And let's say he's walking, and he fell. He almost fell. But a girl with with weird ears, let's say, kind of grabbed him, right? And yeah. And he said, thanks, right? Blushing that some girl just saved him. And she said, don't worry about it. And yeah. right? And yeah. And let's say he's just kind of walks behind her now. She says, are you gonna just follow me? And he says, well, I'm going to the same place as you. She said, yeah, whatever. And yeah. And Izuku went a different direction, and before he could do the support course, right? Because you could do that first, and then yeah, and yeah, and Izuku pretty much aces it while Mei's right behind him, pretty much. So yeah, and yeah, and yeah, and let's say. Hmm, yeah, pretty much. And he goes to the hero area, of course, like where they do that. And yeah. And that's when they began the written. Izuku got done fairly quickly. He was the second one done after Momo. And yeah. And that's when Mike started talking after everyone was done. And he was talking. And Izuku was working on something, right? He was working on something and thinking of stuff that he could help with B's voice. And yeah. And yeah, pretty much. And let's just say. Hmm. Mm, let's say. Huh. You said you loved me. No, actually, let's say yeah, but he was working on that while listening to music, not really paying attention to Mike. And the boy with glasses noticed this, and he said something about whatever, the 0 pointer and everything. And then he said, "You, the one with headphones in," and Izuku doesn't hear him, right? And he said, and he was trying to get his attention, but that's when Mike said, "Sit down," and that's when Izuku said, "Oh." Right? And he said, can you pay attention or just leave? Izuki said, yeah, shut it, though. And he just said, or I just said his name. God damn it. He just sat down with disbelief that how he just got treated, pretty much. Oh, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, damn. So, yeah, pretty much. Short video, so yeah. Fuck, I didn't think it was going by this fast. But yeah, pretty much. And Izuku, like, after everything happened, they all went out, right? And, like, they all had to get changed real quick. Izuku went to go get, like, a tracksuit on. And people noticed that he's pretty fit, so, yeah. And, let's say, you could see people starting to get their quirks ready and everything. And, the boy, the boy with glasses sees him not really warming up, just reloading this pistol. Right? And he says, what is that? He says, this? Oh, it's my pistol, why? And that's when everyone stopped and they said, why do you need a pistol? He says, it's like a support item. My quirk is something different. It's like a new type of quirk, you could say. And he said, so what is it then? You'll see, I guess. And yeah, and the girl with weird ears, purple hair, noticed him, right? And you also see Izuku with this. I saw a comment where he said, "Where did this thing go? The blaster?" I've honestly no clue where the heck that could have gone. So yeah. And yeah, let's keep continuing. And yeah, pretty much. Izuku and everyone just sees this and they think that that's kind of his weapon or his quirk, that big blaster. And Izuku puts it on his back and is ready to go. Right? And when Mike said go, Izuku saw a crack and he went instantly. And he's using the blaster to take them down. Then he kind of let's say he was about to get attacked multiple. Then he yelled, "Bumblebee!" Right? And all of a sudden, you see over this wall, this humongous car, or you see from the gates, everyone notices this, that this car comes out of nowhere, driving, right? And it has its guns like this, and he's shooting towards the 0 pointers, and it transforms slowly. And finally, and it crushes the 3 pointers, and it's shooting at them with its plasma cannon, right? And people notice this. They're like, "What the hell is that?" Right? People are shocked by this, and even the teachers and people that are watching, they said, "What the hell is that?" Right? And they didn't tell the rest of the teachers that were there, right? So you have Mirko there, right? I'm just putting random heroes. Mirko, let's say Sir Night was there, Grand Chorito, Grand Chornito. I can't say his name fully, right? Grand Chorito, Grand Tornado, whatever. But yeah, and they said, "Well, that's probably a quirk or something, right?" But they know what it is. And let's say they said, "Well, let's," and that's when Mirko said, "I want to see what this thing could do," right? And she pushes a button, and all of a sudden, you hear boom, boom, and it's breaking buildings. And Bumblebee said, "Decepticon," right? And Izuku said, "Wait, it is it? Is it?" And he said, "No, just different robot." And then he said, "B, take care of it. I got the," and because Izuku noticed that 2 girls were stuck, he said, "I'll get these 2. You work on that thing. Got it?" And he said, "Got it." And he transformed into his car again and started shooting at it. While Izuku ran over and said, "Hey, you okay?" Right? And they said, "Yeah." Or the first girl that had brunette kind of hair, peak cheeks on her, or peak round spots on her face. And she said, "Yeah, thanks." He said, "Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's go." And yeah. And let's say he got her out and he said, "Start running, got it?" And she said, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Right? She doesn't care. She only cares about herself right now. Right? And he runs over to the other girl. She's trying to get herself out. He said, "Can you move?" And she said, "No, my leg's stuck." He said, "Okay." And he gets the rubble and she says, "Now can you move?" She said, "No, my leg hurts a lot." And he said, "Okay, give me a second." Right? And I was also talking about me also. Ooh, okay. Shit. About dropped the phone, you know? Okay, God damn it. But yeah, and let's say he moved his big weapon off of him, right? And he said, "Come on." And she said, "What are you doing?" And he's pretty much piggybacking Ryder, right? Hold on. I want to see if I have an image, because I have 0 pictures on here with the Zuku, remember? No, I do not have one in a way, okay. But yeah. And he's piggybacking Ryder. Now let's go with B. And Bumblebee is still driving himself, and all of a sudden he starts transforming, and he got out, and he pulled out this cannon, right? Right, and he shot it, made a hole in it, and he went inside the hole. And now with, like, the sharp parts, he's ripping cords out, and within his Izuku's ear, he has, like, a contactor, right? And all of a sudden it said, "Izuku, I need your help," right? And he said, "Got it." And he got it to where everyone else is, helping some people that got hurt from the 0 pointer, right? He said, "I'll be back," right? And all of a sudden, he pulls out the big rifle again and starts shooting at it, right? Shooting at it where Bumblebee tells him to. And they destroy it in about 2 minutes, right? And Bumblebee comes out, destroying some robots on their way, right? And he says, "You good?" And he says, "Yeah." And he says, "Okay, let's continue," right? And he got pretty much Izuku got into the car in a slick way. Just imagine Bumblebee transforming and Izuku like stepping in one area. All of a sudden, like Bumblebee picks him up pretty much and puts him and transforms into the car, and they start driving off. Pretty sick, okay? Just imagine that. And yeah. And they're destroying while Izuku's out the window shooting. And they wait. And then that's when they said, wait, he doesn't have to drive for that? And they said, I guess not, right? And Miracle was shocked how easy they took that down. They said that was like All Might when he tried, right? They all looked at him. He said, right? And yeah. And we'll say back with the girl with weird ears. The boy with glasses, Ida, was mad that this random person is just taking these scenes out with ease, right? And that's when this boy yelled, "Get something harder for him. It's obviously easy, right?" While we're all struggling, and they said, "Okay." And let's say all of a sudden, it wasn't a 0-pointer. It was something else. And Bumblebee stopped and said, "Decepticon this time." He said, "What? They have one?" Right? And it's, let's say, a jet in a way. And he said, "What the hell?" And they said, "Wait, I thought we clicked the 0-pointer button." And let's say Sir Night-Eye pushed it, and he said, it's not working, right? He's pushing the button over and over. And he said, is this part of this or what, Bumblebee? He said, probably not, right? And Bumblebee transformed, and yeah, he transformed his hand into this, and he started shooting into the air, right? And everyone's confused what's going on. That's when B took Izuku out of him and said, "Wait here," right? And he's pretty much running on the building while grabbing onto it and boosting himself up. And he jumped off the building, got onto this jet type of thing, and was trying to ride it down, right? Trying to destroy its wings, but it transformed and started shooting at Bumblebee. And now they're just fighting in the air, right? While Bumblebee's hanging on for dear God life. And Izuku's trying to shoot at it, but he doesn't want to hit B. He said, "Damn it. I guess the best thing to do is get them out of here," right? And Nezu says, "Damn it. It's one of those things that they were talking about." And that's when all the heroes, except for, some people, like All Might, Midnight, them, said, what is one of them, right? And he said, "I'll tell you later, but we might have to get someone out of here. Snipe, you go out, hit the robot." And he says, "Which one?" And he said, "The one that's flying, not the yellow one. Got it?" And he said, "Got it." And yeah, and all of a sudden you see B, and then they all heard B using a machine gun on it from its hand, right? And they said, "What the hell can this thing not do?" And just for making them shocked even more, let's say he could throw off of his body, right? Because they should have done that, because that was been sick as shit, right? He threw it off his body, and it got it. And B is falling now, right? And everyone sees this, and that's when B transforms into a car and lands pretty much safely. And Izuku runs over and says, "We good?" And all of a sudden, these discs come back to him, and he says, He said, "Izuku, I have no clue." Right? He said, it's pretty much, yeah, he said, "Izuku, I have no clue what's going to happen." And yeah, also, I should say this. I will have a new series with Bumblebee in it. It's going to be, what if Izuku was Bumblebee? Pretty much, it's going to be humanoid Bumblebee, but Izuku is going to have the powers of him, so he's going to pretty much be he's going to turn into a car and everything, okay? So, actually, no, I take that back. He's just going, never mind. Scratch the idea. Alright, no, we're gonna do what if Bumblebee was in MHA, and he's gonna be in a human form. There we go. That's a lot better. So yeah. And if you guys want me to do any more, like, Transformer ones, or something like that, just an idea of anything like that, sorry about that, but anything like that, you guys tell me, okay? So yeah. And let's continue. And the Decepticon finally came down, right? And that's when Bumblebee got out. Let's say, no, he just had he had this one again, but he walked up to it and stabbed it through the chest and said, "Wait, why are you here?" Right? He said, I sensed you, Bumblebee, right, while spitting out his face. He said, damn it, I've already killed one of you, so I've killed multiple of you. I had one recently, but I'll just finish you off real quick. Right, and all of a sudden he shot off. And yeah. And then that's when Mike said, all students, please come. He said, time. It's over now, right? And yeah. And everyone's starting to walk back to get dressed and everything, and everyone's questioning Izuku, really. And Bumblebee is like walking in his normal form. That's when the principal says, you, Izuku, please come here. Please come to my office, right? And Izuku said, yeah, sure. And he said, B, just wait out here, right? And yeah. And let's say Izuku was walking and walked in with Nezu. Now you have B just pretty much in his car form. Right, in his car form. And yeah. And people are trying to look inside, but the windows are tinted, so it's hard to. And let's say there's that girl with the weird ears, right? Pretty much was looking at the car and says, this isn't a bad ride, right? And she's taking pictures of it, seeing what the hell it could really be. And yeah. And back with Izuku, right? Izuku's kind of cautious about what's going to happen to B, and yeah. And Nezu said, is it okay if I tell the rest of the heroes that were here about this? About what? Because they heard me say one of those things, the Decepticon. Right, and Izuku says, I honestly don't know. And he said, let me ask. And he clicked, like, say, a button on his ear, or that earpiece thing I was talking about earlier. He clicked and it said, B, Nezu needs to tell other people what's the plan. And let's say everyone could hear him, and he says, tell them, right? And all the students were confused. Tell them what, right? And he said, okay. And you should probably be more quiet. I could hear you from inside the building. He says, shit, right? And yeah. And B was pretty much quieter now. And yeah, Nezu told them, and they're all shocked. And yeah, I'm gonna end it there because I gotta go to bed soon. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's a shorter video. And yeah, if you guys want to see my dog again, I'll put him in every video at the end. And yeah, there's him. And where is it? Oh yeah. And you know what? Let's switch it up. I'm gonna put this one in for right now. I'll just switch between those two because I like both of them. So yeah, peace. Goodbye. Peace.